at a nice small collection of 10 American juvenile publications from roughly the middle of the 19th century, or even earlier in the first half of the 19th century. And this lot is composed of primarily these chapbooks, which are all inherently scarce due to their small size, fragile nature, and intended audience. And the fact that when they were first sold, they were quite inexpensive then as well, often half a cent or 1 cent. And they were sold primarily by itinerant traveling salesmen who would literally walk or horseback ride from one location to the next. This is interesting here. This is a very early one, 1822, and an early owner has applied some color to the small woodcut illustrations within. And the reason you see this type of thing is that the vast majority of literature intended for children up into the 1850s or so roughly was always in black and white. It was almost impossible to issue a publication with color unless it was hand color. And so there are two types of juvenile books prior to the middle of the century with hand color. Those done before they were sold, sort of so-called professionally, often in workshops and in family homes using a stencil, and those that have been done by early owners, and that's often of a crude nature, but it's an attempt to add color to a black and white item to make it more visually appealing. This is nice. These are nice little woodcuts of sailing ships, and that's a paddle boat. Here's a little chapter on angling. That's interesting. Fishing. It's a nice fishing image there. The ubiquitous interior scene. The children praying is a common image and theme. This is 1859. It's a catechism. That's an educational sort of booklet. Here is a different version or a different book altogether, but it shows the popularity of this type of didactic instructional manual for children. So many juveniles of this era are indeed didactic in nature. This example here has got these really very interesting and high quality engraved images. This is a fantastic frontispiece of a kite, which unfortunately is tremendously defective, as you can see, but nonetheless, it's really a remarkable early image in America, 1839, of a kite. And the final item here has had its front wrappers replaced with this plain paper long ago, but it's beautifully illustrated. I mean, really very nice, almost folk art. Look at the ornamentation, the decoration around that typesetting. Nice ornamentation and range of images within. Almost always they include parents with young children, mother seated with a child with a book. Oh, there's a little squirrel. An elderly man, Pennywise. There we go. Economic lessons. There we go. The interior classroom or instructional scene with a hanging wall map and a globe. And this lot of 10 juveniles is currently available on my website, briandemambro.com.